Welcome, everyone, to Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium, site of this year's Goodyear Cotton Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, a group with a lot to prove here today. Taking on the number 9 seed in the playoff. A squad that's looking to really put on a show here today. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for this semifinal collision. This one will be fair caught. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Breaking free at the 35. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. That stings for the offense. Penalty will cost him 10 yards. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Powerful running into the secondary.
Boy, after all the buildup and all the hype with a playoff game, you'd love to see the offensive line take control here on this first play. Just establish an identity. Let this defense know who they're facing.
The shotgun handoff here. Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. Running back grabs it on a screen. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
Early on in a football game, the offense always wants to try to develop just a nice rhythm to their offense. That time, just a simple screen to the running back, and they build some confidence on this first drive with a nice play.
They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down.
Boy, the defense misses out on an opportunity to get off of the field. They got the offense to third down, and they just weren't able to prevent them from converting.
They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
Chris, if I'm not mistaken, this guy's already over 30 yards on the opening drive of this game. Another nice play right here. If this defense can't stop him, just keep feeding him the football.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Football knocked loose in the backfield. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway.
I get being upset at the ball carrier for coughing up the ball, but let's not ignore how big of a hit that was. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defender for making a great play.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? An inside give now from the shotgun. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. They'll run it here. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Offense makes their way on the field. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1. they'll run it out of the shotgun. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. He's got it now inside the 10. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Looking right, this one caught. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
The defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
He hands it off from the gun.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. That's a design quarterback keeper. Picks up the first down and still going. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for that first down.
The offense threatening now, first and goal. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. Second and goal for the offense. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Third down and goal for the offense. The offense with some pre-snap motion. And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And now the defense able to bring him down.
All right, now what are you going to do here? You have enough confidence in your offense to punch it in from the 1? These are the kind of scenarios you practice over and over during the week. This head coach has got a big decision here to make.
No hesitation from the head coach. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Direct snap to the back. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this. They're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. First down here for this offense. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. He's escaping the pocket now. Throwing for his running back. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now. Punt team ready to boot it away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Quarterback making some changes at the line. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Breaking free at midfield. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Finally goes out of bounds after gobbling up big yardage on that run.
Well, that's the kind of run that makes an offensive line coach very, very happy. And also will boost the confidence of the big guys up front. And when you have a confident offensive line, you got more and more opportunity to hit big plays.
So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Takes the snap and takes off on the run.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
The extra point gives them a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Handoff here from the shotgun. Running with purpose.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it fly out of the wideout. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Second down after that run on the previous play. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Catch made on the left side. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. Take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
The ball is loose. Defense has got the football.
That is tough for the ball carrier here because not only does he take a big hit, but now you're about to get an earful from your coach on the sideline after that turnover.
Here comes the first play of the drive now from the 44. There's the handoff. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's second down and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Getting set. Here's second down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. And he'll drop back here on third down. And they heave it deep downfield. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Boy, Chris, what a hit there on that third down play by the defensive back. If he doesn't make that play, that's probably a first down, and they move the sticks. Instead, we've now got fourth down.
And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the first play of the drive now set up at the 27. And now the handoff. Fighting off the defender. Breaks loose at the 45. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Big chunk gain in the first play of the drive sets him up near midfield in 1st and 10. Fights through a tackle. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Fighting off the defender. Tackle, but first down.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
They're going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
And they'll stop him after a short gain. Second down after that run on the previous play. Motion now from the tight end. Back's got it again. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Chris, it's the consistency of his back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up, and Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
1st and 10 play coming up. That's a design quarterback keeper. Breaks clear, end zone ahead. And they stop him, but not before an explosive play. Moves the ball all the way to the 32.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. And now the running back's got it again. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. They make the stop just short of the first. Looks like inches to go, and now 4th down. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. They've already converted once on 4th down this game. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 2.
That's where you tip your cap to the offensive line. 4th down in inches, simple call, quarterback sneak, but a nice surge there up front by the big boys to give the quarterback plenty of room to pick up that first.
They continue to pound away on the ground. Brings up a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Fights off a defender. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop it. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Well, they try the middle, but stuff for no gain. They get to the line in a hurry here for this 3rd down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. He's got it right near the end zone. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down in the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. A little over 20 seconds left here in the first half. They'll come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Bringing pressure. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create, and he just throws it away. The offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looks to the left, pass caught. He's found some room at the 45. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a 1st down. The offense really clicking here. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Pressure is coming. Incomplete, just 3 seconds left. Time for one more play. This will likely be the last play of the half. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Lofting it toward the left sideline. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. And he'll be brought down as time runs out here in the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Offense makes its way on the field, ready to start the drive. First play of the second half is a handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
So the offense faces a third and manageable here from the 25-yard line. Try and muscle for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. Offense right to the line, playing with tempo now.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in his playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving his running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
They tackled him right at the 35-yard line.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Handoff in a single back formation. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Looking to scramble. He's going to take off here. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down. First down and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Defense is coming after him. Nice grab. It's Montgomery. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Looking to set up a screen pass here. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. See what the call is on first and 10. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Hits the running back in the flat. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Boy, this back is having some kind of game today. He just continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over 150 yards now, and this defense has no real answers in trying to keep him contained.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down.
Well, the offense goes with a counter play here, and the defense does a pretty good job of slowing it down. Again, you got to be disciplined on defense. Just when you think they're running on the front side, they run that counter play, and you better be home on the back side.
He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down. So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Toss play to the outside. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front seven of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, and not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Trying for a fourth down completion. Pass caught. Can he get in? And he can't quite get in. They get him down at the 1 yard line. The offense knocking on the door with a first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. See if they can convert the point after. He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Receiver in motion now. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. Second down after that run on the previous play. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Running past the 45. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Boy, another big gain by this quarterback. And not only that, he's now over 100 yards on the ground in this game alone. This defense better do a better job of containing him and maybe adjusting their plan on how to stop him.
Got it.
First and 10 now for the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Quarterback escapes the pocket. Receiver makes the catch. They finally make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk play to wrap up this third quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Hey, it's a great job with this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Brought down at the 3 after an excellent running play.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. Second down and goal. And the quarterback just sneaks it. Urgency here. Got to cut into this lead. It's third down and goal. And that's how the quarterback sneak. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, once in a while you get to these critical moments in a game. And with that stop by this defense, here we are in the fourth quarter in a tie game. Now it's fourth down. You've had 3 chances to punch this in, not able to do it. Do you take the lead, or are you going to try to get the touchdown this close to the goal line?
So the choice to go for it doesn't pan out this time. So they start first and 10 from their own 1-yard line. You know the defense is going to be aggressive now. This offense has to be careful not to make a mistake here. Handoff from the shotgun. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain. Offense getting set. It's second down. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Now here comes the bunch formation. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And they'll tackle him about the 23-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
You know, this back has taken advantage of his opportunities tonight in his football game. And here's another example on third down. They put the ball in his hands. He knows exactly where to go to pick up the first down. And he's able to do that here in the fourth quarter.
Powers through. Oh, the ball comes loose. Offense keeps possession, recovers the fumble.
Wow, that's just big-time awareness by his teammate to be able to scoop up that ball like it was a ground ball. As a result, the offense retains possession.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Running back has it on the screen now. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch, but gets the first down in the process.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. So early movement from the offense. That'll push him back 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And there's the handoff. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And he's got it. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
And that is always the toughest thing for a defense. When you cover the initial routes by the receivers, but then they start their second routes adjusting to the quarterback's scramble, and they're able to get open. And when you have a quarterback who can run around and buy time, it makes it so much tougher on coverage.
First down here for this offense. Looking for a gap. It's Montgomery. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. And the long march continues. Offense pushing the ball down the field. And that's the 2-minute warning here as we set up for a close, dramatic finish to this one. The offense gets set for the 10th play on this drive. Same tail for another carry. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. So now it's 3rd and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. They'll hand it off. And they pick up the first down to the 23, getting closer to the red zone. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half as they try to make some adjustments here. Defense cannot get off the field. The long drive continues.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. 3rd and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
And tackled there by the defense. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout.
Got it.
Offense facing 2nd and goal. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. loss cut into this lead. It's third down and goal. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
I'll tell you what, considering they've been out there for a long time on this drive, they sure showed a lot of endurance there, coming up with a big stop. And now it's 4th and goal. And as an offensive coordinator and head coach, with this kind of drive, it just seems like you'd be missing something by not coming away with a touchdown.
Defensive fans getting frustrated. Offense continues to march. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Got the first down, now looking for more. Into the end zone to take the lead here in OT.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield. That's why he got that ball to the end zone.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So pressure on this offense. They must answer with a touchdown to stay in this game. That's a design quarterback keeper. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Important second down play coming up. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, this is a beautiful play when the timing is right, as we see right here. The receiver's got to do a good job of working his way back to the football as the quarterback is throwing it. The timing here is impeccable.
Linebackers trying to confuse this offense now. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So a challenging third down play. They need a first down or a touchdown to keep this game going. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. He's moving out of the pocket now. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. And now a decision. Do you kick the PAT or go for 2 and the win?
Well, this is one of the benefits of going second when you get into overtime. Now you know what you're facing. You put a touchdown on the board, you can either send it to another overtime if you kick an extra point, or potentially, hey, let's win the game and go for 2 right here.
And now for the crucial extra point to tie this up and force a second overtime. And the PAT is good. So we're still tied now heading into the first play of double overtime. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there. Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, handoff inside. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Second down and goal upcoming. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they get stopped here on second down. It's going to bring up a third and goal situation. And from this far back out, wouldn't be surprised to see them go through the air. Just don't want the quarterback to take a sack here. Make sure he gets the ball out of his hands quickly.
So we're set up now for the biggest third down attempt all game. Can the offense punch it in here in overtime? Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And the defense wraps him up.
Well, Chris, they come up short of the goal line here, but they've got to still consider going for it. You could try to punch it in from the 2, or I'm sure they've got a couple good handful of two-point conversion plays that they could use for this kind of situation. Let's see what they can dial up.
So no field goal attempt. The offense going for it on 4th and goal here in OT. The pre-snap motion from the offense. They go with a direct snap. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge 4th down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give this defense being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
So here we go. This defense needing to come up with something special here. Make a play to keep hope alive in this game. They'll run it here. The fullback gets the carry. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time. Here we go. We'll set up for a potential walk-off game-winning field goal. Now the defense will spend a timeout. No room for mental errors on that side here in overtime. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Aiming for the end zone. And he's in. It's a touchdown to win the game. A double overtime classic. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment. But now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.